I'm Rob Hill. I'm the owner and founder of Highland Brewing Company here at Swannay Brewery on the Orkney Islands.
I'm Dave Sweeney, owner of Quantock Brewery.
My name is John Shepherd of 360 Degree Brewing Company.
Chris Bingham from Bingham's Brewery in Ruscombe near Twyford in Berkshire.
My name is Simon King. I'm the production manager of Blue Monkey Brewery.
My name's Martin Guy. I'm the owner of Canterbury Limited.
I'm Steve MacDonald, director of Combined Brewers Limited.
So John Cousins from Ferry Ales Brewery Limited.
I'm James Timoney. This is Plain Ales Brewery in the heart of Salisbury Plain.
I'm Sarah Barton from Brewster's Brewery in Grantham, Lincolnshire.
I'm Phil Saltonstall, owner and head brewer here at Brascastle, and this is where we play with beer.
So the family's had a farm here for sort of well over 100 years, and we had a set of buildings that we're sitting in now, but at that stage weren't being really used for anything, and there was need to bring some life back to this sort of bit of the glen.
We like to think of what we do as Totnes in a bottle. You know, how can you take the spirit and the character of this place and distill it in that way?
Put Orkney on anything and you can sell it, and we would do incredibly well because of that. And you're here today, it's blowing a gale, it's crazy weather, thunder and lightning. What's wrong with that?
We are based in Sheffield Park and we're right by the Greenwich Meridian, which is 0 degrees. An early strapline was local beers from around the world, and the idea was that we're getting flavours, recipes, inspirations from lots of different beers all over the world, so the 360 degree fits into that.
Loch Lomond Brewery is based on the southern shore of Loch Lomond in a small village called Alexandria. The water that we use for the beer comes from the foothills on the west side of the loch. It's 100% pure and it's beautifully crystal and lovely and soft water, which makes a beautiful canvas to work with.
The brewery itself is located in a Grade 2 listed building, probably not the most efficiently built building to house a brewery in, but it has a uniqueness which people have bought into because they can't believe that over 1 million pints a year is produced here.
I love this thing from France about terroir, and I think hops are something that we can really have a similar idea in brewing, a terroir for our hops.
Well, down here in Cornwall we're in a region of great regional identity, and both the locals and the visitors alike sort of have a great sense of provenance, and that's a real strength that we champion.
Totnes is a town that has a strong identity, a strong sense of community. So a lot of what we do is about that. So for example, we have a hop club, so we have 45 of our members who are growing hops in their back gardens.
We have a nice wee team here, there's 5 of us. Son Lewis came home from university and got involved, he's the business manager. I'm just the guy that makes beer. He's the one with the financial brain, and I just get on and do what I do, and he thinks I'm crazy, but it works. Maybe I'm a bit crazy, but what I do gets results.
We try to make the perfect pint for us, firmly believing that beer would be appreciated by others. We haven't succeeded in making the perfect pint, but people enjoy the journey of searching for the perfect pint.
We use malts from Tucker's Maltings, which are just up the road. Where possible, we use locally grown oats. We've done beers using local wild fruits, using local hops.
I'm very passionate about maintaining the basics of the industry. The malt that comes from Warminster, one of the oldest floor maltings in the country, is one of the best that you can get, and using their top quality malts with the top quality hops, it means that passion and tradition can be put into that beer that we're trying to make.
I think these days people want more than just a great tasting mouthful of beer. What they're looking for is a brewery that's producing with integrity and a brewery that sort of fits with its own story. And so for us, absolutely integrally, we're taking the water, we're in Argyll, it rains a lot, so we're trapping the water coming down the burns, the streams behind the brewery. Because it's fresh rainwater, it's very soft, it needs minimal amounts of water treatment before it goes into the brewing process. So you can think about the brewery in a way of being a sort of a little ecosystem internally. It's all about getting the right materials in, feeding the yeast and producing the beer. But that little mini ecosystem that is the brewery has to fit within the wider ecosystem, which is where we sit in the middle of this glen here in Scotland.
We really wanted to work with stout so that whatever time of year someone wants a stout, they can get it from Bingham's. One of our award winners was Doodle Stout, which is actually named after my dog, who's a Labradoodle, called Stout.
Hopefully we can add some kind of difference on anything that we brew with our own particular flair and our own particular style. Obviously sometimes it doesn't work out as what you'd expect, but sometimes you create something amazing that you never expected.
The sign of a good pint is when you've got 2/3 of the way down and you want another one. So I just said, let's just try something a little bit different. And I'd like to put ginger in it. It's like, anyway, we did. But it's a load of fresh root ginger, and it's literally added about the last 10 minutes of the boil. So it's just a little hint when you taste, and a little hint on the nose. It's not overpowering, it doesn't blow your brains out.
My personal favourite is always Wandle. The reason for that is I'm an ex-rugby player, and I designed Wandle based on a beer that I could drink all day in front of the rugby and still walk home, and it's been tried and tested to that.
Very hot day, it would have to be something like our Southern Summit. Very crisp, very light, very hoppy, easy drinking. If I'm in the mood for sitting, relaxing, enjoying in the winter, it would have to be the Silky Stout. However, if I'm in the house, the fire's on, and I'm sitting watching a film, it would have to be our peat smoked ale.
I think our vegan or vegetarian status is very important to us. It's personally important to me because I am vegan, so it pushes us to do brewing better, and in that respect it's just a nice way to go about our business, knowing that ethically I'm happy with it, and hopefully the product is all the better for it at the end of the day.
This is a business about passion and desire to strive to make that best possible pint.
How do we win awards? I genuinely don't know. We make beer with passion. If we need to tweak it, we will tweak it very gently. But our Silky Stout, which is our champion beer, has never changed from the day we started making it. Oh, a Silky! It's our mythical creature in Scotland. The folklore story goes that when sailors are lost at sea, they've been taken by a Silky. Now, Silky is a seal, and they come ashore, they cast off their seal skin and take a human form, and then they steal their husband or wife, and they'll either stay on shore as a human, or they'll take that person back to sea to live in the sea with them. But once they go back to sea, they can never come back ashore again.
And so we have our own herd of Highland cows that we're feeding spent grain to. That beef's then coming back into the shop, ready to be enjoyed together with a pint. So it's all sort of fitting together. And I think that's why it's about the beer, but it's also about how did the beer get into the glass there? What's the story behind it?
We're giving a quality Orkney product, and it's travelled a long way, and it's been made with love and passion here in Orkney. And they understand that, and when they get a bottle of the beer, they realise that's just what they've got.
You can't be behind in this game. If you feel your beer's not as good enough, then make it better.
Just strive to make great beer, that's what it's all about, that's what I do.
We want to make beer, and it doesn't matter what that is, whether it's a pale ale, whether it's an Indian pale ale, whether it's a saison, whether it's a stout. Beer is just wonderful in every form it comes in. There's a beer for everyone, and it doesn't matter if I make it, or if my neighbour makes it, or somebody in the south of England or the north of Scotland makes it. It can only be a good thing. If people are choosing beer from a microbrewery, they know it's handcrafted, they know what they're getting, then it has to be a good thing.